What is up, everybody? My name is Hector Flores, host of the Insert Name FC podcast, a member of the BellyUpSports Media Network. You can find us on all things podcasting, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix from, at Insert Name FC. We do have a video version of this full episode, and that is available on BellyUp's YouTube channel and on GolzTV, GOZ.TV. That is where you can find the full video version, and on YouTube at BellyUpSports. That's where you can find the full video version of this podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, at Insert Name FC. And we do also have our own YouTube channel, which you can find these episodes broken down into shorter videos in that channel at Insert Name FC. Also, those short videos are also available on GolzTV. This episode 234, we're going... Edward's back. So obviously every other week we have Edward. New segment. We're going to have this thing called The Hill I Stand On. That is going to be just a random thing, not really soccer related. Could be soccer related, but it's not normally going to be. It's just a random thing that a little icebreaker, I guess you could say, get things going in the episode. We're going to talk about Joe Scally. Touched up about him a little bit last episode. We're going to share our thoughts on the whole Joe Scally situation. Steven Gerrard. Rangers are looking to bring him back. There's also kind of already an update for that, but obviously we recorded it before we read that part. But now we'll still have it on the episode. We'll just I'll do a quick update on it. And Villarreal versus Barcelona is in fact happening in the United States, and we'll talk about that, all that encompasses, all the excitement that's going to follow, and why it's not that big of a deal in all sense, except for the fact that Villarreal is missing out on a home game. But aside from that, and then also we're going to preview the MLS Decision Day. This weekend is the final match day of the regular season for Major League Soccer, so we'll go into the nitty-gritty, what is in line for this final day of matches, and who could potentially be winning the Golden Boot and MVP of Major League Soccer. So we'll definitely get into all that as well. There is no Players of the Week because it is a international break, so no Players of the Week for this episode. Games to watch. We'll highlight some games because obviously international break is done and we'll be back into our regular scheduled programming, and then that's basically it. So with that, all that being said, we'll go ahead and take a break and go right into headlines with Edward Robles. Let me tell you guys about BellyUpSports. BellyUpSports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. BellyUpSports is the premier, not your average website. All right, guys, it is the other weekend, so now it is my weekend with Edward. Edward is back. Edward, happy to have you back.
Hey, what's up, guys? And Hector making it over here seem like, he's the non-custodial parent. You know what I mean?
Basically.
Like,
so I guess I can relate with my father. So,
right?
that went dark.
This is a perfect, you know what? That would be a perfect picture. Just as a caption, the perfect picture would be the one you sit in your bedroom in the bed and you're just contemplating life.
Oh, you're talking about
Whenever you're like
the Coldplay meme?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that one. All right, Edward, before we go into the discussion, we're gonna start a new segment whenever you're on. It's only when you come on the episode.
Okay.
We'll take turns. It's just a random thought that comes on each other's mind. It's the hill I stand on. And like I said, we're gonna take turns.
Hill I stand on. Intriguing.
So whatever's on your mind, that's when you're gonna say it, and we'll go from there, okay? And I'll be the first one to go, so that way you don't have to worry. So next time you come on, you have to do your hill to stand on. And this comes from I don't know what it is. Like all of a sudden, people are just like too good for this, because this is a staple of me and Edwards from our childhood and even in our teenage years. And I'm sure to this day we still have a very big infatuation with this with this stable of our lives, and that's Taco Bell.
Oh
Uh,
God, dude,
like,
no.
who has the audacity to shit on Taco Bell? Like, I mean, Taco Bell
No
does
pun intended. No, no, no pun intended there.
Taco
No,
Bell
no
does
pun
that.
intended.
Taco Bell does plenty of that for you.
It's
But
like
I mean,
the all natural, unnatural colonic.
yeah. But look, first of all, for some reason, people get offended by Taco Bell because they're like, "Oh, that's not Mexican food." Who the hell said that was Mexican food?
Who the hell said that? Like that's the thing. That's the one thing where I'm like, why would anybody even assume a place called Taco Bell? You already know it's either like, and I use these words
Also, it's fast
lightly,
food.
fast food, fake Tex-Mex.
Yeah, but like for some reason, just all of a sudden, everybody just they don't eat Taco Bell, like as if Taco Bell was just never part of their palate. Meanwhile, me and Edward, we praise Taco Bell. As a matter of fact, I'm still depressed that that Taco Bell that used to be by our neighborhood doesn't exist anymore.
What is that now? A cricket again?
It's a Boost Mobile.
Oh God.
It's a Boost Mobile now. That's a weird change up. It was once like a Chinese restaurant. Then it was I don't know what else it was, but
It was a
it
Chinese restaurant karaoke place, I think, and then it changed over to a cricket, and then it went over to be like a halal stand, and then or like a Middle Eastern kind of stuff,
mhm.
and then yeah, it was all kinds of weird.
Also, it's kind of funny how like they absolutely did nothing to like not look like an old Taco Bell.
Yeah,
So,
it kept the same. Everything on the outside was the same exact thing.
but you get what I mean, right? Like, because I remember one day at work, not the current job that I have, but like, I remember mentioning like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get me some Taco Bell, and everyone just looked at me disgusted, like as you know, like as if I just committed a crime, like, like you know, ew, Taco Bell, I don't eat that place. I'm like, that is a lie, like. Especially coming from like my younger years of whenever I was very much inebriated, you know what was available at 2 a.m.? Taco Bell. You know what helped me get sober? Taco Bell.
Well, here's where I stand right now. Honestly, yeah, it's pretty freaking bad, bro.
No, I'm not saying it's good. I mean,
It's pretty freaking bad. Well, okay, let me put it this way. Back then, when we were growing up, and even like after our high school years, bro, like Taco Bell was pretty legit. Like I'm like the food, like it was good. Well, I'm not saying it's legit as in like, oh, it's Mexican food, it's Tex-Mex food. No, it's fast food, whatever. But I felt like the ingredients were fresher. Now everything seems to be more flash frozen.
okay, I get that part, but still, like, so but I'm just saying, like, people that pretend like they never ate at Taco Bell, like it's beneath them. Like, I mean, I know a lot of Hispanics, you know, especially at my job, that talk about, hey man, you know, sometimes I just like going to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And these are like older Hispanic parents, and they're just like, yeah, man, sometimes you know, Taco Bell hits. Also,
You get
because
that craving.
I feel like the value menu has a little bit more value than the other value menus
Yeah.
in other places.
Like you get I think it's like for $7 you get the crunchy taco, the chalupa, and you get the burrito and the chips with the queso and the drink for $7. You
mhm.
can't really beat that. $8 with tax, I think.
I think
So it's
this also stems from a conversation I had at work with like all of us. We were talking about like because like one of our guys got went to go get Taco Bell, and I remember I guess he was expecting anybody to like shun him because he's actually Mexican, like actually from Mexico, to shun him for eating Taco Bell, and everyone's response was like, "Nah, Taco Bell's great." I mean, like I was like, you know, I don't go into Taco Bell expecting an authentic experience. I'm expecting to uh, have enough well, have enough so I can have a good time on a night out. You know, like and not be completely shit faced. Sorry for cussing Kelsey. So like it has its value, and I also like I'm not gonna lie. From time to time, I think about it. I'm like, yeah, let's go get. I'm gonna go get me a Crunchwrap Supreme, you know, like or even the bean burrito. That always hit the spot for me. So I don't know. That was just my hill I wanted to die on. That's the hill I stand on. Like I don't understand the hatred for Taco Bell because it is a staple for many of us. I think it's been there for. I'll even throw in the tacos from Jack in the Box. Those all also came in pretty clutch in
those were
some
pretty clutch
in
on
late
those
nights.
drunken days. Yeah.
Exactly. And there's people out there that pretend like they have never bit into one of those tacos, and I completely call false. I'm every
Blasphemy.
is there's no way you did not just you ate it at some point. And everyone's like, oh well, the Jack in the Box tacos aren't good. Look,
Look, they
is the
may
meat
not be
questionable?
they may not be good. Let's put it this way, they may not be good, but whenever you were drunk or whenever you were like, man, I need to sober up real quick, you could literally spend about $5 and you'd have 10 of those tacos because I think they were like two for 99 cents at some point.
Yeah, it was like two
So I
for a
was like,
dollar.
yeah. So I was like, bro, like there's 10 tacos right there for $5 after you just done spent God knows how much on alcohol. And then you were like, damn, I'm down to my last $5 in cash that I have in my pocket,
Also,
kind of shit.
what do you expect for that amount of money? Are you like I'm not expecting like a Michelin star restaurant food experience, you know? Like it's also the same thing that people that like to bash Little Caesars. Like, what did you expect for a five? Well, it's not $5 anymore. But
It's like $6 now.
what do you expect from a $5 pizza? Like, I mean,
Yeah, you don't expect that to be like exquisite pepperoni, fancy pepperoni from Spain kind of stuff.
it gets
Like
the job done.
it is what it is. Like you get what you paid for, you know. It's not.
And this is also someone that actually likes Little Caesars. Like, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, dude, I love I always go for the extra mozzarella with crazy bread and the marinara sauce and the cheesy jalapeno dip, like two of those.
But like my point is that like like going to a Taco Bell, like going to a Jack in the Crack, like when you go to a Little Caesars, it's not like you're going there because it's one affordable per se, and two,
And you get like that random ass craving. Like it's just a random
it's the
ass
man
craving.
yeah it's the random ass craving. Like I'm not sitting here telling y'all that every day I go eat at Taco Bell. One, my bowels would be terrible if that's the
Oh,
case.
dude, like
But
your stomach lining would be not even existent at that point.
like, I would much rather go to El Salvador and eat the food in El Salvador and take that risk more than eat Taco Bell every day.
I mean, think about it. The Salvadorian food is like all like natural. Like
That's
you get the
yeah.
ingredients there.
So
So
for people that don't know, if you go to in any country outside the U.S., like the food, obviously it's a little bit different, and so your stomach responds in a different way, especially if you're not used to it. Luckily, I'm not in that category anymore. I'm actually now used to the food. So
Oh God, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
but yeah, so it wasn't I was fine, but yeah, I definitely I've seen it now enough to like understand what was going on there. But yeah, that was just my whole art. That's my hill to stand on today. I just don't understand the hatred towards establishments like Taco Bell, and I'll also throw Jack in the Kraken and Little Caesars as if like you guys didn't eat that at one point in your life. I'm not saying to say that you love it. I'm not telling you to love Taco Bell. I'm not telling you to love Little Caesars. But
But
to
it's a
pretend like that's beneath you is
I mean, that's
crazy.
the thing. It's like let's put it this way. Taco Bell is the poor man Chipotle. There you go. How about that?
I'd rather eat that anyways. The Chipotle, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, Chipotle. I mean, South Park really killed it for me when they did Chipotle away.
Well, not even that, man. It's just the portions are ridiculous. Like they really are stingy on the protein.
Yeah,
It's
big time.
insane. And then how much guacamole is? I'm like, "Ugh."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll gladly go to Taco Bell. Taco Bell also offers a salad, so there's healthy options at Taco Bell,
Do they?
yeah, they have like a salad series thing.
What the hell? I did not know that.
Everybody has a salad at this point. Like, I mean,
Dude, I was not even aware.
that'll be the day Little Caesars has their own salads. It's like
Bro,
they'll
that's
bring it
insane.
little tray when they take out the plastic. Here's your salad.
Bro, that would throw me off big time. I'm not even gonna lie.
I will also say this, like the Little Caesars, I don't know what's going on with them, man. Hot and ready is supposed to be, it means that it's hot and it's ready. I should be able to walk in, get it, and go. For some reason, it's never ready.
Well, that's the thing because all the hot and ready's got picked up right then and there. Like if somebody comes in, they have like five hot and ready's ready. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, let me go ahead and get some five of them." And
That's
you're
true.
just like, what? Next thing you know, you're like, well, we gotta wait for them to make it, you know?
Yeah, but even if you order ahead of time, they still don't have it ready. It's insane. It's
Yeah, because sometimes apparently the orders are like you'll order your one pizza, you'll order your one pizza ahead of time through the app or
and they're
whatever,
like
and then
understaffed and
they're
stuff.
understaffed, and then also they'll be like, well, we just had this one order. They won't tell you, but it's like they'll say, hey, your order's ready. They'll let the guy know or lady know, hey, your order's ready. You see them walking out with like 10 pizzas, and you're just like, well, there goes my pizza.
Exactly.
Like this motherfucker over here decided to fucking throw a random ass party in the middle of fucking Tuesday over here.
He's going to go drop it off to his employees for having another successful week.
Right? Oh God, dude, don't even get me started with that shit, bro. Oh God, dog.
Hey, thanks for
Fucking
giving.
irrelatable.
Thank you for all the record level sales that we got this year, guys. We're not going to compensate you in any way extra, but here's some pizza.
Yeah.
But I mean, Little Caesars, I won't complain. But if you give me like Pizza Patron or like something like
Oh,
CC's Pizza, like I mean, look, CC's Pizza. I'm not gonna. That's another place I will not like shit on because when you're at the buffet, it's I guess it's somewhat worth it, but it's not really good pizza. Like
it's not
it's like the quote from The Office. Do you guys want a lot of like not so good pizza, or do you guys want a little bit of really good pizza?
a little bit of really good pizza.
Yeah, and if you go to Little Caesars like buffet, it's still not great, but I mean you get your dollar's worth, I guess. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, but yeah, so that is the hill I stand on. Next time Edward's on the in 2 weeks, he gets to give me his hill that he's gonna stand on. Um,
Oh, that's gonna be joyous.
it's gonna be interesting. Might be father related.
Nah, maybe. It's a big maybe.
But all right, we're gonna start things off with headlines, and the first topic is gonna be Joe Scally. So I kind of touched up on it last week when we were doing the U.S. men's national team call-ups. But so Joe Scally, if you guys don't know, is a fullback. So I may view him as kind of that backup option to Sergino Dest and Anthony Robinson because Joe Scally can play both left and right. And if you want to throw more versatility to him, he can also play center back because he is pretty tall. I think he's like 6 foot even. But yeah, so a lot of problems with him. Very athletic, pretty good with his feet, and is a regular player for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mind you, also Borussia Mönchengladbach has yet to have won a game, so take that with a grain of salt. But he does play regularly, which I mean, if you're someone of a U.S. men's national team fan, if you're gonna see a player that's playing internationally, you would hope that they're getting regular minutes, and if not, then maybe go look at the MLS player. But with that being said, it's been a good while since he got called up by Mauricio Pochettino, going all the way back to the Nations League. Is the last time he was featured in the U.S. men's national team, and a lot of people are wondering like what's going on with Joe Scally. Is he hurt? What's the problem? Obviously, he's not because he's once again he's a regular starter for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Um, So, Edward, I guess before we go into at least the theory, uh, when you think of like when you have a player that is playing regular minutes in a league that you would argue is like top five in the world, and he's not getting called up, is that like a red flag to you, or a red flag of the player, or a red flag on the coaching staff?
Um, I think a little of both, you know. Maybe since you already said it right now, Borussia Mönchengladbach is not playing so well altogether. They have yet to win a game. I mean, maybe his defending has been a attribute to that factor, but that's on that point, it's on the player. Um, on the other side, it's like, the coaching staff's got to be like, hey, man, like there's got to be, you know, more that we can do. Like we could call him up, give him a shot, let him be on the bench, come in as a sub. Like he's been playing, like you said, he's been playing regularly, so it's possible he can do it. He can pull it off. But um, I personally haven't seen him play recently, so I
Mhm.
can't say like, oh man, he's been playing great. He's been playing amazing. I feel like they should call him up. Um,
We're also talking about a guy that's playing as a backup, not because once again, when you think of fullbacks for the U.S. men's national team, you're thinking of Anthony Robinson, you're thinking of Sergino Dest.
yeah,
Um, and I mean, if you're thinking about wingbacks now, Tim Weah can also be put in that
Tim.
conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say Tim Weah.
So, like, I guess at that point, it's kind of like a moot point when we're talking about the form of a guy that doesn't really start for the U.S. men's national team. But yeah, and I think that's a fair point that like Borussia, like, okay, cool, he's starting, but like if your team's not performing and you're a defensive player, that's reflective. And if you guys want to know, I believe Mönchengladbach is currently with 3 draws and 3 losses. I can double check that right real quick if this phone wants to work with me. Borussia Mönchengladbach. This is great podcast. They're currently 17 in the Bundesliga, by the way, which is a relegation spot.
Hey,
Yeah, so they have 0 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses. Which is funny because the team that they're that Mönchengladbach is above, which is Heidenheim, does in fact have a win.
well, Hohenheim, Hoffenheim. You mean Hoffenheim?
No, Heidenheim.
Heidenheim,
Heidenheim has 1 win and 5 losses,
and
and Mönchengladbach's above them,
has they.
and they have 3 draws.
I mean, they're staying alive.
And they both have -7 goal differential. No, they're not. No, it's remember Bundesliga is 18 teams, so Mönchengladbach is facing relegation, which is great for Gio Reyna, by the way,
Oh man,
who's also at Mönchengladbach. Which I do believe Mönchengladbach. I think they're looking for a new coach right now, or at least are going to start looking for a new coach. And I believe Pellegrino Matarazzo, the American, is like the I guess like the main target to
yeah.
bring him in. Which I mean, he has a pretty good resume in the Bundesliga, Stuttgart, Hoffenheim. So not a bad option in my opinion. I'm also kind of biased because I've been pretty big on Pellegrino. I've been pretty big on Pellegrino for a while now. I kind of want him. I actually wanted Matarazzo to get the U.S. men's national team job, but I guess apparently he's too much of an alpha. So I kind of like I like the sound of that. But anyways, that's not here or there. But so the big issue is that many people have felt that it is in fact a character issue for Joe Scally because once again, people say a lot of good things about Joe Scally as far as his ability to be very once again, he could play a multitude of positions in the defensive side. Once again, can play on the left, play on the right, and also can perform as a center back, which if the U.S. men's national team keeps doing the 3 in the back formation, might not be a bad option for the team, especially if you're looking for a more athletic center back. So, but it is kind of viewing that it is a character issue, and the reason why is it's not. Can't confirm it. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was rumored that during the call-ups for the Nations League, which also, if you guys remember, was a very abysmal Nations League run for the U.S. men's national team. They lost to Panama in the final minutes, and then lost to Canada in the third place game. So, very rough Nations League. And on top of that, so what happened was Joe Scally went to go play golf during the call-ups during the time in the Nations League, and apparently he got in trouble for doing donuts in a golf cart.
I mean, that's a bro thing. Isn't that a bro thing? Isn't that like a bro thing to do?
Which is hilarious if it's true. Like, I mean, it's coming from someone that used to work at a golf course, and I actually did wash golf carts. I would tend to do a few donuts in the golf cart.
Oh god!
Also, this is when everybody's gone. Like we're about to close, and we're just like bringing all the golf carts back inside the garage, and so. Yeah, I actually can also attest that I have in fact done that. Donuts with a golf cart. But yeah, and the reason why a lot of people are digging more into that because for the June call-ups, so the call-ups before going into Gold Cup, which once again Joe Scally wasn't featured, and it was interesting because Joe Scally wasn't playing in the Club World Cup. You know, was he called? No, he wasn't. No, because it was like that was the Alex Freeman and Max Arfson show. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so Joe Scally didn't get called up. Everyone was kind of confused, like, hey, what the hell, Joe Scally. If there was a time for him to like showcase what he can do as a starter, this would probably be the best opportunity for him. And it didn't happen. And so the reason why I'm telling you why specifically this golf cart incident is maybe what everyone feels it is the case is because in that press conference, because every time they do the call ups, Pochettino does do like I guess like a press conference to like I guess explain his call ups, and maybe if there's if the media has like a concern of why we missed out on why you didn't call up this one player, he kind of states his case as to why, and all that stuff, kind of I guess doing his like political side of his job as a manager. And this was the quote that Poch had specifically, and I know we're talking about June, but it's kind of like, once again, as more and more we don't see Joe Scally, as closer we get to the FIFA World Cup, there are people that have concerns about it. But here's a quote from Pochettino. If you arrive to camp and you want to spend nice time, this is actually how he spoke, by the way. This is like direct quote. I just want to point that out once again. He doesn't have the best English in the world. If you arrive to the camp and you want to spend nice time, play golf, go for a dinner, visit my family, visit my friend, that is the culture that we want to create? No. What we want to do is to go to the national team, arrive and be focused, and spend all my focus and energy in the national team. If we want to be good in 1 year's time, we need to think that today is the most important day. End quote. That was a lot harder to read.
Now, for all those listeners out there, and you just had a brain fart, it's not because of Hector. He was reading a direct quote. All right.
From a guy that English is not in fact
It
his
is
first
not.
language.
It is not. But yeah.
And so the other interesting thing was that Pochettino, they just played against Ecuador. It was a 1-1 draw a while back. As a matter of fact, when this episode drops, they've already finished their last game, which was against Australia, for this round of international games. But Mauricio Pochettino, which I will say, the 1-1 draw against Ecuador, it was a really good performance by the U.S. men's national team. This is a friendly. At this point, I can give a rat's ass if we win or lose. It's a friendly. The game means absolutely nothing. But, I'm starting to become a fan of this back three, by the way. Like, just the concept of a back three. Like, I don't know why. It's just fun. But, so, Pochettino, on his story on Instagram, I can't believe we're talking about stories on Instagram, but here we are. He wrote on a whiteboard and he took a picture of it and posted it on his story. And this is essentially what he wrote. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Means, I don't know why he quoted means, but he did. That no matter how brilliant your business strategy is, if your team culture isn't aligned or if it's toxic, your strategy can fail. He forgot to put the can, so he kind of wrote it really tinily. Culture is the collective behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, second value. What the? Okay, I don't know.
Your
Second
brain's
value.
about to hand its towel in, bro.
I love you, Pochettino. Second value is the drive of a team. Second, beliefs. Culture is the collective behaviors, attitudes, beliefs. Oh, that's an and. That's who's supposed to be an A.
Say, oh dear. Okay. Keep going. You know what? Restart that.
Okay. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Means that no matter how brilliant your business strategy is, if your team culture isn't aligned or if it's toxic, your strategy can fail. Culture is the collective behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, and values that drive a team. And that's what he wrote on the board. Once again, I think, I took two things from that. One, Greg Berhalter just developed a very toxic culture. At least from what we're going, and I mean, I mean, it's not that far fetched, right? Because I mean, you had a player that his parents tried to blackmail a coach from getting fired. Which,
Yeah,
so that happened.
yeah,
And then even on top of that, going into the Gold Cup, there was all this drama between Christian Pulisic, with everyone being mad at him for not playing in the Gold Cup. This, that, and the third. At this point, it's whatever.
yeah,
But all of this was like kind of people feeling the need to defend themselves. And honestly, I always, like, Edward can vouch for me. Usually I'm like, it's better just not to, like, because you're giving them a reaction. What Christian Pulisic essentially did when he responded to all the media that was giving him criticism, you gave them bulletin board material. Like, you
yeah.
responding through your docuseries, which I still can't believe that exists. You gave them bulletin board material. You gave Alexi Lawless more things to talk about, which, I mean, God forbid we give him more things to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's just really, that's what it comes down to. But once again, like, this toxicity, like, that's what it just needs to go. And you have, maybe, if it's true, again, once again, with the whole Joe Scally riding a golf cart doing donuts, which, by the way, just sounds hilarious and awesome at the same time. Like, maybe he wants, and I mean, technically what he said, right? He's like, if you arrive to the camp, he doesn't want a guy that wants to just hang out, play golf, go out to dinner, be with family and stuff. Like, you're coming, like, when you think about the getting called up for your national team, right? Like, you're going in there, you have a very little amount of time to gel with your teammates. These are guys that more often than not you don't play with.
You don't play with them at all. Like we already know, like a majority of players when they play internationally, they don't play with the same people around there. They're not the Wolverhampton Wolves / Portugal, that
Mm-hmm.
they see each other a lot. It's like,
Or the
especially,
2010 Spain.
yeah, or 2010 Spain, where it was like 8 players from Barcelona and then the rest were Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't see that. But
And even then, you're still seeing your team, the other guys at some
yeah,
point,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. You're still seeing them here and there, like, with the Clásico and everything like that. Or um it's just, but not with the US team. Not there's no team that all of a sudden says, hey, you know what? There's no team in Europe that says, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and pick up 9 US players and they're all gonna be like superstars kind of players.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no team. There's no team in MLS that's gonna say, hey, or for example, pretty sure Pochettino is not going to be like, let me just go straight to MLS and pick all these players from this one or two perspective teams
Mm-hmm.
while you still have the other guys playing in Europe. Like, no, like you're not going to do that. Not with the
Mm-hmm.
US. So you do have to have time to be like, all right, let me settle down. Let me talk to the guys. How's it going? All whatever. All right, let's get to business. Like, I mean, I agree with Pochettino. It's like you got a short amount of time to get your stuff together. Um, as a bro move as that may have been with the whole golf cart run around in a circle, doing donuts, whatever. He's got to put his shit right. Like he's gotta realize, hey, I gotta settle down and get my head in the game. I was like, you're there because you want to represent your country and you want to be starting. You don't want to be like, well, I'm gonna be a sub, so I'm okay with being a sub. No, no, you're not. Not if you're pulling this off. Basically, what you're showing the coach, if you're going off and uh I don't know if this is the right word. Maybe Kelsey will correct me. Gallivanting, like doing your own shit on the
Mm-hmm.
side. Sorry, Kelsey. But yeah, you're basically showing the coach, yeah, I'm not interested in being here for you or for the team. I'm interested in doing my own personal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Kelsey. But yeah,
No, exactly. Like, yeah, it's cool that you want to be here and and play, but like, this isn't a vacation. Like, I get that you're away from the States for like a lot of time because of obviously where you play, but like, this isn't like, oh, let me go see my parents and all that. Like, there's gonna be
yeah,
there's a time and place for everything, and I think that, like, I'm sure Podge isn't like, you guys are gonna live in the hotel. Like, curfews. I mean, I hope it doesn't get to the point where there's curfews, because that just tells everything. Like, but I think for the players, like, you got to be locked in and come in with a good mindset that, like, hey, I got to make the best out of the time that I have. And I will argue, like, say what you want about guys like Max Arston, Alex Freeman, Diego Luna. Those guys came into this camp knowing that they had a long shot
Yep.
at making the 2026 roster for the World Cup. And when they got their opportunity, like, remember how everyone shits on Camp Cupcake? Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. But, like, Camp Cupcake is, like, this massive joke, which in some sense it could be. But, like, that's where Diego Luna made his statement, right? He stamped his approval for Pochettino. He saw a guy that was, like, he doesn't care that he's playing, like, some C team from whatever, I forgot what team what country they were playing against. Like, he doesn't care who he's playing. He's gonna go out there and play his work. Dude broke his nose and said, keep me on, let me finish the first half and then take me out in the second half, and goes off and gets an assist. Like, that's what he wants to see. He wants to see, you remember, Pochettino is Argentine. Like, for a lot of the Argentinian players, like, an opportunity to play for Argentina is a massive honor. Like, they want to wear the blue, I guess, celeste.
La Biceleste.
Yeah, like, they want to wear that shirt. They know what that shirt means. All the pressure that comes with wearing that shirt. And they want it. They live for it. That's their objective. That's their goal, is to represent Argentina in the biggest stage in the world. And I'm not saying that Joe Scally isn't having that, but when you have guys that are viewed as, like, I don't know why they're here, but then they showcase why they were here, and now they're like, especially when you're talking about, like, the fullbacks, right? With Max Arston isn't even a fullback.
Yeah.
Like, he's a winger. Like, and I mean, with the three in the back, it might work out for him too. But, like, the kid came in playing a whole different position that he is not familiar with, and he went in and took it in. Like, I mean, that's the kind of guy that Poch wants, And I think Joe Scally, like, maybe he got too comfortable knowing that it was always going to be him, Anthony Robinson, and Sergino Dest.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's always going to be us. Like, we're the three best fullbacks in the U.S. men's national team. But you have guys like Alex Freeman and Max Arston that are coming in willing to do what Pochettino's asking of them.
Yeah, like, change positions, basically do a little more, I would consider it, do a little bit more running, because, I mean, when you're playing three in the back, you're damn well the wingers are basically going to have to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I think, I think Scully took it a little bit too chill. Like, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and also I get where Scally is coming from, though, because you this is all you knew. He came in the whole Berhalter era, and so, like, Berhalter had that kind of environment where the guys could go and play golf, after training. Like, it was, and I'm not. This isn't me taking jabs at Berhalter, because, like, at the end of the day, Berhalter did get results.
Yep.
He still won trophies and everything for the U.S. men's national team. But, the culture that he cultivated, at least from what now we've gathered, to some extent, maybe wasn't the best place. And now a lot of these guys are now comfortable with that. And when Pochettino came in, maybe that's what was the issue initially, was just guys just didn't want to go into what Pochettino wanted to do, which is essentially giving them that Argentine mentality.
Yeah, that scrappy dog, like how whenever we talk about any Argentine player, especially like the ones that were like like playing at Atletico Madrid, they're playing at the Italian league, any league whatsoever. Like, they fight for the ball. Even the attackers, like, if the attackers lose the ball, you'll see them go back and then start running back after the left backs, after the center backs, after the center defensive mids. Like, they'll start hounding them. Like, they want that ball back. And it's like, and I think that's one thing that, of course, Pochettino's trying to show them.
Diego
Simeone
was happy getting David Beckham ejected. So,
oh yeah.
So, like, Yeah, these guys are like, it's funny because a lot of people, when they think of Argentina, I guess they think that they have like this beautiful almost Brazilian style of football. In reality, it is like,
No,
it's
it
gritty,
is.
it
It's
is
very
physical.
physical.
Like Argentinians are dirty, and I say that with
Yeah,
love. So
they're just scrappy, man. Like they won't take it sitting down. Is basically what it comes to.
yeah,
Like
so like
they'll try every trick in the book to be able to get that win. Like that's how
mhm,
passionate they are about soccer. That's how passionate they are about football. Like, it's in their blood.
mhm. Now, if you're Joe Scally, because at this point it's October, right? World Cup's in June. The roster probably won't be officially called. Will be officially announced to maybe like late April, right? And like, what do you do if you're Joe Scally? Like, how can you repair whatever? Can he get out of the doghouse of Pochettino?
It's a short amount of time, but yeah, I feel like he could. He just got to show it.
I think one, he needs to perform. If he continues to be playing regularly for Mönchengladbach, if they can get out of the relegation zone, which that would be just in general just a good thing for him and Gio Reyna. If they can start getting some positive results for Mönchengladbach, I think it's going to be to the point where Poch has to call him up. Like if he's in
Yeah,
form, like you have to call the guy up. And I mean, if he's able to do that, and then when he goes to that call up, shows that he is 100% bought in and he is taking this seriously, and he isn't going to go. Maybe he puts like the little like collar on him, so that way whenever he's within like 5 feet of a
this
golf
dude.
cart, he gets shocked or something. Like it's like, but
I don't think he's that. I don't think it's
I don't think
that
he has to do
bad.
that. But I mean, like he goes in and shows Pochettino that like I do mean business. Like this is very much a business trip for me. Like this isn't me to fool around and hang out. Like I think that's what Scally has to do. But it's going to start with the one thing, making sure that honestly, like players can be on bad teams and still be like good.
Yeah.
Like Gianluca Busio for prime example. Like he's a pretty good player, but Venezia is just ass. so, like that team's gonna get promoted and relegated every single year. So I mean, like they have cool uniforms, but that's just kind of what it is. But like you can be a good player on a bad team. You're gonna get called up because you're a good player, and then but the thing is, when you get called up and you get your opportunity with the national team, showcase why you should be with the team regardless of your team's form.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I just want your reaction to the whole golf cart thing because that's still hilarious. Like, and this is why Joe Scally, this was not a good idea. If me and Edward are just like, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, both of us were like, man, that's actually pretty cool. Not even gonna lie. That's pretty cool. Not even gonna lie.
When Edward would be like, my turn.
My turn. Yeah, right. I'd be like, hey, yo, it's my turn, dog.
I got next.
I call dibs. Call dibs.
Which I do believe Edward can drift with a golf cart.
If I could drift with a foreigner, I could drift with a golf cart.
Edward's like, I'm gonna do some donuts.
Fuck. Well, let me put it this way: if I could drift with a Honda Accord, I can drift with a golf cart.
But yeah, that's gonna be. And so we'll see what happens with
And I
Skyler.
have. I just thought about it. I have.
Oh, that's
I
right.
have.
You did used to work at a country club too, right?
Yep. And we use golf carts at the dealership. So I
Uh,
still every now and then I'll
that
go ahead and
that's still so funny to me. Like going to a car dealership and just like, all right, hop on this golf cart. I'm gonna go take you to a car to show you.
yeah.
It's like, can't we just walk?
Yeah. Oh, bro. Not when it's a big ass dealership. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't want to walk.
I mean, the dealership where I went to go get Ravi, that was, oof.
Oh yeah. A big monster ass dealership.
Yeah.
Luckily, it had it set aside for you and shit.
Yeah, that was the good thing. But all right, the next headline is, hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BellyUp20 at CanadipCBD.com. Once again, BellyUp20 at CanadipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of BellyUpSports. Steven Gerrard, if you guys don't know, Rangers, the club has officially, has parted ways with Russell Martin. It's been a really rough stretch of matches for Russell Martin with Rangers. In only 17 games that he's been in charge, he's only had 5 wins.
Damn.
Yeah. And not this season. So I think like their biggest result was a draw against Celtic. So take that for a grain of salt. But yeah, so apparently it was getting so bad. Once again, if you guys aren't fully aware with the Scottish Premier League, like Rangers and Celtic is one of the biggest and oldest rivalries in all of world football. Like El Clásico is massive, but historically and a little bit violently, it's definitely one of the bigger rivalries in football. And Rangers, a club that hasn't had much success in recent years, and having to watch Celtic lift the Scottish Premier League title consecutively at this point, they don't like it. And obviously they thought Russell Martin, with his resume, would probably be enough to get this team back on the winning side of things, and it has not happened. So when he was the match that finally where Rangers was just like, you know what, this needs to stop and we need to end it now, was a 1-1 draw against Falkirk. And that draw was so bad. Though once again, this is the last straw, Edward, for Rangers fans, that Russell Martin needed a police escort to get home.
Damn.
Because once again, Rangers fans are
Oh
done.
yeah, dude. They are very, very vocal, they're more of a physical as well. Like just the Scottish League alone is a very physical league. So imagine the fans.
Yeah, Scotland don't play.
Yeah, they don't. Especially when it comes to the old Celtic Rangers rivalry. Yeah, no. That's their bread and butter. That's their Real Madrid versus Barcelona. That's their Manchester Derby. It's everything. Like that is the reason why they get out of bed in the morning.
Exactly, and it is everything that you want in a rivalry. But yeah, it's been bad for Rangers. Now, obviously, if you guys don't remember, Steven Gerrard was once the manager of Rangers. Since leaving Rangers, he went to go manage Aston Villa. He was sacked back in 2021. No, he went to 2021. Did get sacked because Aston Villa wasn't working out for him, which is crazy because there was a time where people thought that he'd be the next Liverpool manager. And then went to the Saudi League and managed Al Ettifaq, which he ended up leaving back in January. So he has been without a job since January. Many people, especially Rangers fans, would love to bring Steven Gerrard back to Rangers because when Steven Gerrard was there, they won the Scottish Premier League in the 2020-21 season. And if you guys don't remember, it was not even close. They won the Scottish Premier League months before.
They were far ahead. Were far ahead.
Which at the time ended a 10-year drought for Rangers. So, yeah, I would definitely love to bring the guy that did that back.
Yeah, right.
Despite his form as since he left
as a recent manager, basically. But that's the thing too. It's like you don't know that either. Like maybe that Scottish Premier League is more Stevie G's speed. It's more of his like. He is even as a player, he was more physical. Even though his touch was like really nice, his kick, his free kicks, his passes, like they were good. He was more of a physical player as it was.
No, yeah, exactly. And once again, I mean, this guy's as of recent years was the best manager for Rangers because after he left, they just weren't the same. So, And I mean, like I said, once again, all supporters welcome the return. The question will be, does Steven Gerrard
Want that return.
want that return? Which, I mean, if I was him, I definitely would. Because, like, I mean, Aston Villa, I mean, initially at Aston Villa, it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't think he was terrible. I think, once again, Aston Villa is just a different type of challenge, especially when
Yeah.
you're talking about the Premier League. Like, this is a team that is going to be kind of middle of the row, may surprise you. And I think Aston Villa at the time had like, I think this was like Jack Grealish was still with them at the time. So
Yeah.
like, was it Aston Villa or was that West Ham? No, it is Aston Villa.
Yeah.
That
No, I think it was West Ham.
that Jack Grealish was in.
Yeah. I think it was West Ham. Here, I'll double check. Uh, but yeah, I think it was West Ham.
It's because them and West Ham have the same color scheme along with Burnley. But I mean, no one's gonna mistake a Burnley guy. Um, but yeah, no, it is interesting. I think for Steven Gerrard, I think kind of similar to look Edward. Don't get mad at me when I say this. Kind of similar to Ten Hag.
Okay, no, you're right. It is Aston Villa.
Oh, it was Aston Villa. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to like Ten Hag, where maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to just going with the theme that we've had for a while now with since you said it with Manchester United, go back to the basics. Just simply
Yeah.
go back to the basics. I mean, Stevie G, maybe he needs to just get his swagger back. Rangers, he definitely found a great groove with them. He's familiar with the league. You know, he knows the board of Rangers. Like maybe him going back there and gaining perspective could be the best thing for him. Kind of similar with Ten Hag. Maybe he needs to go back to the Eredivisie where he once flourished in and challenge himself back in that league before he goes back. Once again, it's crazy that he got fired after two games, but that did happen. But to kind of figure themselves out, I think Stevie G took enough of a break. I mean, since January, plenty of time to really do some reflecting. And I mean, I feel like this is kind of like maybe not perfect timing, but timed very well for him, right? He took a good amount of break to do a lot of reflecting, and a place that very much loves him, as long as he keeps winning.
Yeah.
Maybe I think a return could benefit Stevie G.
I mean, it could. It could benefit CVG, and it could also benefit the fans as well. Like they'll maybe some of their initial reactions, let me put it that way, will what you call it? Maybe the fans will simmer down. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Maybe the fans will simmer down.
Oh yeah, very much so. I think very much could do that.
So, and that's one thing that they do need. A little bit of just chill out.
hmm No, yeah, I agree with that. I think that's going to be I think it could help out. I think it's just a good like refresh. I don't want to say a fresh start because obviously this is a place that he's been to, but it could be a good refresh for him. I mean, was it like Jose Mourinho when he returned to Chelsea? Wait, did he return to Chelsea? I could be wrong on that one. Or like, okay, Ancelotti returns to Real Madrid, right? Like he left Real Madrid when after the year he won La Decima, they fired him, and then they brought him right back, and then obviously had the run that he had with Real Madrid. Um, it's those things that it could help it just to go back and like I said, like you said before, like just go back to the basics, go somewhere where you have some familiarity, and just regroup and like once again, if you can perform with Rangers and you get them to win another trophy, another team will come knocking. I think it's Steven Gerrard. He has the name. His name alone helps his stock a little bit. But I mean, if he can keep getting results, if he could get positive results with Rangers, I don't know how far off they are right now. I think they got a ways to go, but I mean, it couldn't hurt him not to like if he wants to continue. And I think that's the other thing. Does he even want to coach still?
Yeah.
Will be the follow up thing, especially after what he's been through with Aston Villa and now Al Ettifaq. So, but I mean, if he wants to go back on get back on the tactics board and the whistle, like why not go back to Rangers?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the thing too, though. Like you said, what if he doesn't want to coach? What if he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take a sabbatical. Like he's just tired. He doesn't want to deal with the high pressure ones. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that Aston Villa or any of the Eredivisie, like it wasn't high pressure. It's just I mean, you felt that's the thing. It's like when you go into one of the big squads of the league, not even saying like of the world, of the league, um, it's like you instantly feel the pressure. I mean, shit, it's just you got a lot of work. You got a lot of work to do to bring them back up,
Mm-hmm.
and then especially knowing that you are capable of bringing that same team back from the brink. I'm pretty sure the fans are expecting that. And what happens if he can't he can't bring that again? Like what happens if he can't? What happens if he's like, oh, I'm gonna get third place, fourth place, he'll be just chilling, coasting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, would that be enough? Like for the fans, would that be enough to keep him secure for that job? Like even after all the stuff he did in the past.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think a lot has changed in the Scottish Premier League, but I think if it right now it's just getting results. I think if you're with Rangers, like if you can just win a few matches, I don't anticipate them to. I mean, it's I guess you can say no. It's not early anymore because we're now what 2 months in,
Yeah.
almost 2 months into the seasons now. So like maybe they can find a way. Also, maybe if Celtic starts losing a few more matches, I don't even know if Celtic is the right now currently the first place team, but like yeah, I think for them it's just going to be about getting results and maybe just putting themselves in a positive position to let me see. Oh, okay. Rangers is currently in eighth place, and they are Hearts. Hearts is in first place actually.
Hmm.
Hearts is in first place, and then it's Celtic. It's a and also fun fact: both Hearts and Celtics are undefeated. Uh, yep, that's interesting. 2 point difference, and right now Rangers are currently in eighth place.
Eighth place.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, eighth place. So I mean, which I don't remember how they do their league, but because I think they kind of do like a half like the first half of the season, and then the next half is like I forgot. I haven't played like EA Sports FC with like a Scottish Premier League team in a while, so I forgot how like the league structure is. I think it changes also. Anyways, that's not important. But anyway, like I mean, I think for what Rangers are trying to do is just getting some results and maybe just putting them in a position to where maybe they get a Europa Conference League spot, maybe compete for that, but we won't know till we get there. But I think for Steven G, if he wants to go back to coaching, why not go a place that's gonna openly welcome you?
Right.
So
Not saying that not saying that any other place will openly welcome him. It's just you have history basically with that team and with that club, and nobody's really going to be like, well, we're about to burn down your house if you don't win the very first match.
I think it's kind of similar to like if Pep Guardiola just decided to want to go back to Barcelona.
Yep.
I feel like Edward would give him some leeway.
Yeah. It'd be yeah.
Like,
I mean, wasn't that the same with Ancelotti with Real Madrid?
oh, I wanted Ancelotti back. So, yeah, I was like, heck yeah, the guy that won us La Decima. Yeah, no, exactly. That is it. For Edward, the guy that got them a treble. So
Yeah.
very much. So exactly, point proven. So we'll see what happens, man, with Stevie G. I'm actually kind of intrigued. what happens there for them at Rangers. All right, guys. So there is an update to this discussion with the whole Rangers thing. Steven Gerrard just rejected it. He didn't. He refused to refuse the potential of returning to Rangers. I guess it's just not what he's interested in. He's not interested in returning to the Scottish Premier League. So we'll see what all transpires. Apparently there is some interest in the EFL, English Football League. So maybe that's the venture that Steven Gerrard will be partaking in. So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, so Rangers are still in search for a new boss in the Scottish Premier League. So there's that. But all right, so this was a conversation we had a while back in early on this season of Insert Name FC, and it is now official, or at least it's set to be official now. It's just pending pending approval from CONCACAF, and then it is the ball's rolling. But it seems very likely that it is happening, and that is there's going to be an official La Liga match played here in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically Miami, Florida. And if you guys don't recall, the match is going to be Villarreal versus Barcelona in Hard Rock Stadium, December 20th. Once again, Miami, Florida. This is now going to be the first ever major European League stage match with points at stake to be played, abroad.
Yeah.
Well, in North America, to be specific. But it is huge. Look, I said what I said. I wasn't against this, by the way. I want to preface that. I'm not against having matches played here in the U.S. The only issue I had, and I'm sure Edward remembers, is this is technically going to be a home game for Villarreal.
Yeah.
Which, and this isn't like maybe to like fans overseas, maybe this is foreign to them, but here in the U.S., obviously with the NFL, now Major League Baseball is even doing it, where they play games abroad. As a matter of fact, we just, the NFL just had a game in London. It was Broncos versus Jets. I apologize to London for having to watch that.
What?
The NFL, they send the worst games to overseas. I don't think I've watched a single like overseas game that has been good. One, I'm already kind of annoyed as it is because I have to be watching a game at 8 a.m. But which I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I always wake up at 7, so it doesn't really matter at this point. But tell
that to a diehard Broncos fan. See what they say.
Dude, that game stunk. Like, I mean, Broncos fans, don't be mad about, don't be ashamed about winning. I'm not saying don't apologize for winning, but that game sucked. Like, it was bad. and that's what we always say. We send that to London, to England. I believe they had a game in Germany. I think this year there's gonna be a game in Spain, in Madrid. They had a game in Brazil. I believe there's going to be one in Germany. They did a game in Scotland. There's been a few games in overseas now, and the same issues are always brought up, being that this is taking a home game away from a team, right? It's taking players are going to be fatigued from travel. What happens if there's injuries? Are their fields ready for the NFL games? And you could basically swap NFL for La Liga in those concerns, because the concerns are also very much similar to that as well. The reason I think it's a little different with NFL versus this La Liga match, because I don't know, Everett, if you've watched any of these like abroad like NFL games.
No, I haven't. I'd be lying if I said I did.
So in the stadiums, you will see people rocking jerseys of all the teams in the NFL. Because, like, obviously people, like, one, it's an NFL game, so this is like you could say a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for people, because there are fans of NFL overseas, that let's not pretend that there isn't. There are people that like American football. It's perfectly fine to like multiple sports. Once again, I always mention it's perfectly fine to do that. I don't know why that people think it's weird. I think it's weird to be a one sport person. So, um, like you really just like watching the NBA. That's all you want to watch. Like that can't be me. All right. But like kind of where I'm going with that. You watch like you'll see like fans wearing, especially like this game. You did see people in Broncos gear. You saw people in Jets gear, but you also saw people wearing like Jaguars, Colts, Texans. I was surprised by that. Like New England Patriots, the Cleveland. There's a lot of Cleveland Browns fans abroad. I don't know why, but they are. Like they just said, "F it, I'm gonna root for the." I think it's because like maybe let me pick the worst team at the time. And so that way I feel good when they, 'cause I don't look like a bandwagon, right?
Maybe.
Maybe that's the
Or
logic.
maybe,
Like,
and I hate to bring this up, but maybe the uh, I was about to say I was like maybe the jerseys were on sale, so they were like, well, let's get
oh
the
no,
cheapest
oh
jerseys.
no, no, they like NFL's been doing like these interviews, like where like they went up to like fans, like, hey, what made you become a fan of this team? A lot of it was just I have family there.
Oh,
I
okay.
went to go visit that city one day. My first football game was this, and that team won that day. So I was like, all right, that's my team. Um, I think someone said I played Madden one time, and I played with that team. So, and I think someone did say I just bought the jersey, and that's who I'm rooting for now. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
kind of similar to how people became fans. And look, I'm not shaming them. They're like people like to shame people. But support your local club. My local club's kind of ass, but I still support them. They might be going through a rebuild. So, um,
Again?
yeah, unfortunately. Um, but that's so it's just one like the NFL is trying to spread the game internationally. Obviously, as a matter of fact, who's singing the Super Bowl halftime show? Probably one of the biggest global stars, performers in Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah.
So, and I enjoy the level of viscosity that people are having on that. I don't understand Spanish. I was like, to be fair, no one knows what he's saying.
All
So
right.
we're all on the same page on that one. But he's entertaining. He gets the people going. He's literally like yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation for another day. But yeah, obviously NFL is trying to go global. And there's like an NFL European Academy, which upsetted like this like really good high school football team. So like that's what the NFL wants to do. They want to spread their brand because to be honest, American football isn't as popular as Americans think it is. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. But what's different, like I said, what I was trying to point out, because you have a lot of fans that live in Europe that are fans of multiple teams. But obviously, if the NFL is going to have this game here, they're going to go watch it. They want to go see an NFL game, be in person for it, see the spectacle for what it is. And so also it's a lot easier to travel in Europe if you live in Europe.
Yeah.
But so for them, they go watch this game. They get excited. They're going to they're not going to go wear Jets gear and Broncos gear because they're a fan of whatever team they're a fan of.
Yeah.
So they're there, and the same thing happened with MLB when they did the London series over there. There was people wearing Yankees jerseys, Boston Red Sox, people wearing Astros gear, whatever baseball team that they've been watching, and the explanations are all the same. They have family there, or they really like this one player. The first time they watched the game, it was that team. I went to go travel to New York, and then I became a Yankees fan. All those things. It's the same thing, but it's all about the experience, right? Like how often am I going to get an official MLB game? How often am I going to get an official NFL game? It seems like every week now. But how often am I going to get to see these matches here? Because if I wanted to go see an official match, official NFL game, I would have to fly to America to go watch that game. So to them, it's a big deal. Similar to the U.S. The only thing that's different is that it's very obvious who the fan representation is going to be at that game. Like there isn't going to, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some, there's going to be I'll be honest, there's going to be that one asshole that wears a Real Madrid jersey. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen for sure. That sounds like me.
If I could afford it, I might have been. It might have been me. So like, there's gonna be people that maybe L3 jersey, maybe a USH kid, you know, but there is a lot of Barcelona fans in the US. A lot,
Yeah.
and I'm not overstating it. It's a lot. Just like there's a lot of Real Madrid fans, there's a lot of Liverpool fans, there's a lot of very much a lot of Chelsea fans. I feel like Chelsea is America's team. That's the way it feels like at times. Eric can disagree with me or not, but most Americans that I've met are Chelsea fans. Like,
Really?
working at the Dynamo Academy. Working at the Dynamo Academy, I feel like at least I'll be generous with the percentage. At least like 40% amongst everybody. That's amongst the academy staff. At least 40% supported Chelsea.
I don't know, man. I feel like
that's a big percentage, like compared to like the other, English Premier League teams.
I don't know, man. I feel like I've heard more Liverpool than anything.
Not at Houston Dynamo.
Man,
there was a lot of Chelsea fans at the Houston Dynamo Academy. I mean, the academy director Tony, he was a Manchester United fan. I believe JC was a Manchester United fan. Me and Tanner were Arsenal supporters. I'll throw Kathleen there for Arsenal as well. she got, Arsenal gave her a jersey when we were playing against Arsenal. I can't believe that doesn't even exist in my vocabulary. They gave us I did a trade. So the guy wanted a Dynamo kid, so I gave him a Dynamo kid, and he gave me an Arsenal kid.
Nice.
And it was a size. It was not my size, so I gave it to Kathleen.
Oh, of course. They probably hold you out for real.
No, it worked out because I already had that kit. It was the pink kit. So
okay.
I was like, I already had it. So I was like, and Kathleen's like, can I have it? I was like, sure, you can. You didn't even have to ask me. I was gonna give it to you anyway. So, but yeah. So I guess by proxy, she's an Arsenal supporter.
Being Mr. Simpatico over there.
But yeah, more often than not, there was a lot of Chelsea fans. As a matter of fact, I think the park staff, mostly Chelsea fans.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, most Americans that I've met are Chelsea supporters. So yeah, that was just, and it was funny was because I think I said it one time on Goals. I forgot if I said it on Goals or I talked with Kelsey about it, but because I was. I remember I put Chelsea on my top 5 team for the FIFA Club World Cup.
Oh, that's right.
I had Chelsea in my top 5. I actually had them over PSG, which is, once again, it's just one of those like weird, like Will Ferrell old school moments where I just somehow actually know what I'm talking about. So like, and also the way I quoted, I listed that top 5 teams that might win. So. But anyways, that's not important. But yeah, there's like a lot of Chelsea fans. But that's not even important at the end. There's a lot of Barcelona fans here in the United States. And when you think about even more deeper in Florida, there's a lot of Miami people that love Barcelona. As a matter of fact, the poster child of Barcelona lives there. So like, I'm not saying that it's going to be all Barca fans. But I will say, if I were able to throw a rock in that stadium, I'm going to hit a Barca fan.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's the thing that's different. Like, yes, maybe we might see a few Atletico Madrid kids. Maybe we'll see a few Real Madrid kids. Maybe that one guy wearing a Chelsea kit. Insert random like not team that not random question, Edward. How do you feel about people that wear kits of a different team that is not playing in the game?
Didn't I wear Barcelona one when you took me to the Dynamo?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
There's this like random like trend on TikTok right now. It's actually I guess an account that's called Wrong Game Dickhead.
Mm.
And it's NFL based. Like, it's people that go to an NFL game and they're wearing the team that they like, and go and like they're like first of all, like, how there's very few occasions to wear a jersey.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're going to a sporting event, why not wear the jersey of your team? I think that these guys are putting it matches the same energy of guy that wears that says that I refuse to wear another man's name on my back.
Yep.
Like that kind of like poor masculinity. So belief is masculinity, but really it just means you're just a massive like what's that word? Conscientious? No, not conscientious. Insecure.
Insecure. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
massively insecure. I could give rat's ass about the person. Like if I have a player, it's just because I like the player. Also, it doesn't help anymore that like now most players on the game in the game now are very much younger than me. So because it used to be like, oh, I could just always get someone that's roughly my age or older than me. I feel better about myself about that. But like obviously now I have like a Tim Weah jersey and a Martinelli jersey, and like those guys are massively younger than me. So, but that's once again I don't. That's a whole dumb conversation. But yeah, but going back to this. Like, yes, you're going to see a few people in, like, a different, not a Barcelona jersey. Honestly, I will be very impressed if I see a Villarreal kid. I'll be massively impressed. I don't know about you, Avery. Like,
I think we'll both be massively impressed because there's gonna be something like you said. Barcelona's poster child basically is there. Messi's there. A lot of people have Messi's jersey. I mean, we talked about this when we brought up the conversation about the overseas games, and yeah, it's just you're right. I would be impressed if I see. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I even see Real Madrid jerseys up there.
like, honestly, like, if you're a Villarreal fan, that's awesome. That's just awesome. And the reason why I say that is because, like kind of similar to how me and Edward became fans of Real Madrid and Barcelona respectively, is because of there were players that we generally liked that played on that team,
Yeah.
and that's how we became those fans. And did me and him know that these were two of the biggest markets in just sports in general? No.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. We were young. We didn't care about like, oh
Yeah.
my God, these are like the biggest teams in Spain or whatever. No, we didn't know. We were just like, damn, they play this kind of way. I was like, man, like
Yeah.
Ronaldinho plays this kind of way. Hector was like, damn. I was like, Guti plays this kind of way. But fucking R9, like R9. I was a player that he was following. Like, so he's like, R9 plays there. So I'm gonna follow that one. And I was like, okay, cool. Like it was all good. It was good vibes that type of way. And then we became more and more fans whenever, we would see them and we see all the other players around them. And we're like, okay, so this player plays fucking good. This
Mhm.
player, sorry, Kelsey. This player plays really well. Like we'd start following the other players as well. And then that's when we were like, yeah, okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of how we start. That's why I applaud anybody that's a fan of of none of the usual suspects. Like, I mean, if you were to tell me you're a Leeds fan, that's amazing. Actually, as a matter of fact, on GolzTV, there's a Leeds United fan that's in the English. Wow, I have not checked on that fantasy league, by the way. I'm probably doing. I think I'm in last place, but the Premier League fantasy league, I definitely know I'm not doing well.
Oh man, I actually
Uh,
want to try that La Liga one. I want to try that one. That
but
looks
yeah,
pretty cool.
so I believe his name is Andres. He's a Leeds fan, and then Austin is a Leicester City fan. So I just applaud those guys. Oh, and then John Rawlings is a Stoke fan. Like I applaud those guys because those are like those guys are like those are real fans. I mean,
Those are real. Those are real fans.
yeah, like I'm the douchebag that chose Arsenal. So I applaud those guys. Like I don't like, and the thing is like once again, like I don't know what young Hector would have done if maybe the game was more accessible. Like I don't know because honestly, for me and Edward, that's also all we saw was Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah,
Our families, okay, maybe not Edward's
not
family,
our families, but the people we knew
people
around
we knew,
us.
Real Madrid, Barcelona. So like if that's all we knew,
We
like
technically we did grow up with like more of the people that were into the Mexican league, but
but
it's
it's
like little by little we discovered more over the season.
but we still talked about Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Yeah,
When it was El Clásico, it was time for El Clásico.
Yeah.
But like, and that's like everywhere in the world, literally everywhere. And I think it's crazy how we shame people for that. But literally everywhere in the world, like there's Barcelona fans and Real Madrid fans. It does not matter. Like there's going to be a Madridista, there's
Yeah.
going to be a Cule.
Yeah.
I think I said that right.
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah, so like it just that's what it is, and like so that's the thing that I would say is different versus the overseas games in the American sport overseas games, because like those guys are like it's gonna be a diverse group of fans versus here it's gonna be Barca fans.
Yeah.
Sprinkle in a few random fans here or there, and once again, like you know what, if when the day of the game comes, I might do a challenge like. We'll do hashtag insert name FC, and if someone can post a picture of themselves in a Villarreal kit, maybe we do like a EA Sports FC giveaway. So like something like something along those lines. That would be impressive.
That would be impressive. Take a picture.
Also, I hope that doesn't happen. Also,
right?
I hope that doesn't happen because I gotta move some funding. but yeah. Anyways, so. It is technically not official because it's still pending approval from CONCACAF, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, guys. So once it's approved, though, tickets will go on sale October 21st for specific groups, but then 22nd will be open to the general public. So, Edward, if you're gonna try to move some stuff on your finances, you have a week. So
thanks for the heads up, guy.
It's not my fault, it's La Liga. You have literally a week to figure it out.
Thanks for the heads up,
guy. But I mean, for you, I don't think obviously the Barca fan in you, but like in general, like for you, how cool to you? How do you feel about an official league match being played here in the U.S.?
I mean, I think it's really, really cool, especially being that it's a Barcelona game. Now, imagine the hype it would get if it was a Clásico.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point. Like, I mean, the friendlies are cool. Like, don't get me wrong, the friendlies are cool to have here. Like the international friendlies, the U.S. tours that these clubs do for their preseason. Like that's cool and all, but you know. Chances are you're not going to see the player fully. They're not really they honestly, I hope they don't take it fully seriously, because once again it's preseason. Last thing I need is a player getting injured in the preseason, which does happen to me in EA Sports FC. But like it's just them to get prepared, so it's a different thing. Plus you get the cool thing in my aspect, and I don't know if Edward you feel the same way, but it is cool to see the young players, the guys that could potentially want. You know, kind of like in this FIFA Club World Cup, we got to see Gonzalo.
Oh, yeah.
Gonzalo Garcia. Like, I mean, that was cool to watch, you know, see like this kid play and now wondering what's going to happen to Hendrick because he hasn't played a match yet. But what an investment. Don't worry, Victor Roque.
Right? Dude,
we're bad at signing Brazilian nines.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wingers are great.
Gabriel Jesus since then? No, since Gabriel Jesus, bro.
Well,
that was like the last
Arsenal.
number 9 I could think of.
That's Arsenal,
but
though.
Still.
I was talking about Real Madrid and Barca.
Oh,
you know what,
that's cool.
You know what, though? This might be me talking out of my ass. Sorry for cussing. Gabi Jesus, do you feel like that would have fit pretty well for Barca?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. But
not
like
anymore.
Like young Man City Gabi Jesus?
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Okay, that's what I was kind of. That was my random thought. But anyways, yeah, no, I think it is cool. Like this is a match that means something. It's a meaningful match. Something's on the line. 3 points are at stake. Like this is like it's cool. Like it is awesome that like this is like more of a you're gonna feel an atmosphere. Like yeah, it's cool. Like I mean, it was cool watching Real Madrid play Bayern Munich here in Houston. Like it was awesome. They also lost like 5-1, but. And I didn't feel as bad because it was a friendly. Also, I was like very much drunk. But maybe I have an alcohol problem. I don't really know. Anyways, they gave me free alcohol. That was your mistake, Real Madrid.
This dude,
my gain, but your guys' big mistake was
bro. Imagine if you
well
had that.
because they took
If
me
they had a special. No, imagine if they had a special of like
well,
for every Real Madrid jersey that you have, that you bring, you get like 5 free alcoholic drinks or
well
something.
okay. So just
Oh,
so
oh,
people understand, like I got a specific package for my Real Madrid ticket where I was allowed to enter a suite, I guess you can say, where in that suite it was like all the food you can eat and then all the drinks you want to drink. And at first I thought I had to pay for the alcohol, and so I remember I ordered a beer, right? So I ordered a beer and I was about to hand them like, oh, how much is this? He's like, oh no, it's free. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, okay, give me a double shot of Crown. So, yeah, they messed up big time. And it was fun fact. I saw Marcos there. My friend Marcos from high school. I was very much drunk by the time he saw me, and I think I gave him a scarf. So just random day. Yeah, Hector was really cool. He just gave me the scarf. It was because when you enter the suite, they were like, do you want a Real Madrid scarf or a Bayern Munich scarf? And I'm just looking at the lady like she's crazy because I'm literally wearing a Real Madrid kit. But so I was just like, Real Madrid. And then she's like, okay, cool.
maybe it was funny because what I was thinking, it was like, I was thinking, like, he's like, man, yeah, Hector's really cool. He gave me a Real Madrid scarf and all this and that and the other. The next day, you're like, where the hell's my scarf?
Definitely.
You're like, I thought I got a scarf. They gave me a scarf, right? It's like fucking
Also,
sounded like what you call it, like Farva from
oh,
Super Troopers, like talking about you. Hey, have you guys seen my scarf? You guys, where the fuck is my scarf? Sorry, Kelsey. You know? Oh man,
I want a goddamn scarf.
yeah, right. Anyway,
Yeah.
the next one that says scarf, I'm gonna go ahead and hang your ass up on the wall. Sorry, Kelsey. And then all of a sudden, you're like, hey, Hector, what was that thing that you
Oh
gave
no, I'm
Marcos?
a pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
I'm gonna pistol whip the next guy that says scarf and be like, hey, Hector, do you remember that thing that you got at that game? The thing that you gave Marcos? You guys talking about that scarf? Did you guys find my scarf?
Oh,
Did
I love Super Troopers. I might watch that today. But yeah, no, I think it's one. It's awesome. It's a way to promote the game, and I think that is cool. Like, I mean, look,
Oh,
I don't want to hear anything that this helps promote the World Cup. This is no way a promotion for the World Cup. If
yeah,
anything, it does give Miami a good test. Like, Hard Rock Stadium to give a good test to see if their fields are going to be ready
yeah,
for the World Cup. But I think the reality, the thing is, this isn't like, once again, the World Cup hypes itself up. Like I keep predicating this to people, like the World Cup isn't going to be bad here. It is the World Cup. Like millions of people are going to travel here to watch the World Cup. Once again, you don't need any. People went to Qatar. Like, I just want to point that out. People went to Qatar to go
yeah.
to the World Cup. One of the worst places. No, sorry to the people of Qatar.
Uh,
And people are going to go to Saudi Arabia. Like in 2030. Is it 2030 or 2034? At 2034, people are going to Saudi Arabia.
hmm
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. People go to the World Cup. It doesn't matter. You can put it in Timbuktu. They're gonna go. They're gonna go. They're gonna go to the World Cup. People went to South Africa. Like, people are going to the World Cup. It doesn't matter where you can literally put it in hell. People will.
No, man.
I'm sorry if that went a little too overboard.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not going. I
Maybe I
was
would.
like,
Okay, all right. Well, now I know where the line is. All right, so but yeah, so this is just La Liga. La Liga trying to promote the league, and La Liga's been doing it a lot. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a watch party for La Liga at the end of this month. I'm contemplating whether or not I want to go. I mean, it's going to be a chance for me to meet Iker Casillas.
that'd be cool. That's something. That's something to look forward to.
And Rivaldo's going to be there as well.
Oh,
So it's only like
what's
with food and drinks, it would be like $20 for a ticket.
it's not bad.
All right. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I think
When is this? When is this?
I think it's like October. When is it? I sent it to Jose from GolzTV because I was like, we should do something. Also, I'm trying to go for free. Love you, Jose. I definitely don't want to mooch off of you. Definitely don't.
I'm looking up at the sky like, what was that, a bird?
It's October 26th at 9 a.m.
That's a Sunday, right?
Yep.
26. Oh, I won't be able to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. But all right. But yeah, that is any final thoughts on the whole La Liga, Villarreal versus Barcelona, December 20th?
No, I think we put our 2 cents in.
I don't know why, like the song "Welcome to Miami" is like now just stuck in my head.
Oh my God.
If you guys don't know, Will Smith did a song called "Welcome to Miami."
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a something.
Very much better than that freestyle he did. I will say that. So, because the freestyle was god awful.
What was that one song that he Wild Wild West was one that he made him like a bigger one, and the one that goes Hey,
get jiggy with it.
Jiggy with it. Yeah, I guess so.
I think that was for Men in Black, right? Or was it just a random song?
It was a different. No, it wasn't for Men in Black.
So any movie that he did back in the 90s, he just happened to do a song for it.
He just randomly had a song ready for, which totally threw me off.
Wild Wild West, Yeah, then he did that. Then out of nowhere, he just did that song, Hey. He also did the World Cup song with Nicky Jam. That's a combination I never thought would happen.
Yeah, I was thrown off with that one.
Where were we when Will Smith did a World Cup song?
Probably was at home not watching it. I mean, no offense. I'm just saying. Just yeah.
Yeah, now he did that freestyle thing, like, even though I'm an action star.
Oh man.
This is the comeback or bounce back, whatever it was called.
Comeback, bounce back, somewhere.
Yeah, it was rough. Anyway, maybe we feature like 7 seconds of that there, somewhere around here.
This is the bounce back. Here come the bounce back.
Anyways, but yeah, that is the headlines. Edward, always great to have you on.
Yes, sir.
Especially when it's on my visitation rights. So,
right.
But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break. No players of the week this week because it is international break. We're not counting international break anymore. So games to watch this weekend, or I'm contemplating on doing like a preview for Decision Day. So one of those things are gonna happen. So get ready for that.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of BellyUpSports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
All right, guys, it is MLS Decision Day, and it's this weekend, the last day of matches for the MLS regular season. Things are still on the line. We have still playoff implications. Teams are trying to improve their position. Teams are hoping not to worsen their position. But yeah, so we'll talk about all the drama that is encompassing in this Decision Day. All right, so we'll start things off with the Eastern Conference, and the table is already to my side, but obviously if you guys are listening to the audio version of this podcast, we'll start from the teams that are very much out of playoff contention, which is at the bottom, DC United, very much out with only 25 points this season. Very rough season for DC United. Someone needs to go get Benteke. That's all I'm saying. Atlanta United at 14th place after having a massive offseason with the addition of Miguel Almiron and Latte Laf, and it just did not pan out. It is very much not much better than DC United. CF Montreal, just still not figuring things out. Toronto FC, slightly better. I think the highlight for them is that they did move on from the Italians. We'll see what this new future for Toronto is going to be. They went and got Jordi Mihalovic during the trade. So what does that all transpire for Toronto FC? Can the Sixth get back in the playoff discussion next season? New England Revolution, once again, just didn't pan out. This is where I'm kind of curious if you're Matt Turner. Does Leon bring back Matt Turner to Ligue 1, or is he going to be enjoying an off season with the New England Revolution? I think it's very interesting, especially for his situation where he's trying to gain a spot in the World Cup, and him not playing right now when. Well, I guess it's an even playing field because Matt Freese won't be playing as well, and at least Matt Freese has playoff implications. But like the other options at goalkeeper, they're also MLS guys, so maybe that doesn't hurt too much for Matt Turner. But if Matt Turner wants to somehow beat out Matt Freese, he's got to go somewhere where he's going to play. Does Leon pull him out and maybe try to get him on a loan in January to a club where he's going to play? Or are they just going to let him ride it out? That's going to be something interesting to follow in the offseason. And Red Bull New York is also eliminated. So basically, everybody else above Red Bull New York are still very much in contention of making some changes in their table. So I'm going to start off with the wild card game. So at least the teams are in the wild. So if you guys aren't familiar with MLS, 8th and 9th place qualify for a wild card game. That is a one-off game to decide who goes into the, I guess, is it quarterfinal? I don't know. The next round, round one of the MLS Cup playoffs. From there, in the first round, it is a best of 3 series. So first team to win 2 matches advances to the quarterfinals. Is it quarterfinals? Quarterfinal. Wild card. Round 1. I guess it's not quarterfinals. I mean, at Western Conference quarterfinals, semifinal, then final. So yeah, so the conference quarterfinals, then we'll go to a one-off game, which the higher seed does get the home match in that case. So right now, currently in the position of wild card is the Columbus Crew at 9th and Chicago Fire at 8th. So as of right now, Chicago Fire has the home field advantage in the wild card game. So that would mean Columbus Crew would have to go into Chicago and play the Chicago Fire at Soldier Field. And I mean, things could change for them because both teams are going up against 2 teams that are already eliminated. Now, that could mean 2 things right there, in my opinion, because that means either, and so just so you understand, Columbus Crew will be playing the New York Red Bulls, Red Bull New York. So Red Bull New York kind of has a chance to kind of screw over the Columbus Crew, or maybe they're checked out for the season and Columbus Crew has a very advantageous opportunity to get 3 points and potentially get out of the wild card, because that's very much in the mix as well. Chicago Fire have the New England Revolution. So same thing, you can say a team that's already been eliminated, they could play some spoiler, which then could make Chicago that 9th place. So they could lose the home field advantage in that aspect. Now, Orlando and Nashville, you can make an argument, could also get into that wild card spot if they're not able to handle their matchup, which Orlando City is also fortunate enough to go up against a team that's already eliminated in Toronto FC. But once again, those teams that are basically out have an opportunity to play spoiler and ruin the playoffs, where they are in the playoffs for these teams. Nashville is a little bit different. Nashville is going up against Inter Miami. So they are in a position where they're going up against a team that would ideally like to improve their playoff position, which right now Inter Miami is currently 3rd place. Maybe want to get into 2nd place to improve where they are in the playoff, at least in the standings, to get a better, more advantageous opponent, if you will. So of all those 4 teams, these teams, like I said, these teams all could very much become wildcard teams. Say Columbus Crew wins their game, that bumps them up to 54. That drops Chicago. Say if Chicago Fire doesn't beat New England, that drops them to 9th place. And then, if Orlando is not able to get their result, can also drop down to 8th. So that is very much possible. Or also, if Orlando also wins, that means Nashville can also drop off as well. Probably not. No, definitely not, because they still have the goal differential advantage, I guess, in that case. So for Columbus Crew, they are very much still capable of getting out of the wild card. And same thing for Columbus Crew. Chicago Fire, it's not outside. So I think amongst 9th to 6th place could have a lot of change just because of the matchups that are involved here. Like I said, all 3, Columbus, Chicago, and Orlando, are facing teams that are not in the playoff discussion anymore. And Nashville still has to go up against a team that has very much still something on the line. So that's going to be a very interesting chain of events on how those teams approach. Now, Inter Miami could just brush off that last match day and just rest their guys and be okay with being at 3rd place. That is still very much a possibility, but I would imagine that they would still, and especially because there is a golden boot kind of matchup, if you will. Sam Surridge is in the conversation for the golden boot, even though Messi does have a good lead right now. But if Nashville has a great performance and Sam Surridge can come out with a big goal scoring day, that's gonna, like I said, Inter Miami is at least guaranteed 3rd place. They're not moving anywhere else from that part. FC Cincinnati, they are the ones competing, so they could easily jump over FC Cincinnati if they're able to get a result against Nashville. So that's very much a possibility, and that's what I kind of want to point out. Philadelphia, they're basically going to be checked out, which really doesn't do anything. I think if you're New York City and Charlotte, Charlotte's going up against Philadelphia Union. Philadelphia Union, I think, will be resting their guys, so they will get a win, or at least have a better chance at winning their game. And then you have New York City FC, who is going against Seattle Sounders, who it's safe to say that they're going to stay in their position. So they could also be, both those teams could be ideally, essentially, be resting their guys and preparing for the playoffs. Because there's no concern about wild card. So, if you're Charlotte and New York City, you're safe. You're not dropping any sooner. But I will say, if you're going to be following anything in the Eastern Conference side of things, it is going to be between 9th to 6th place. And, 2nd or 3rd, you could make an argument just because, who probably they want to finish a little bit higher. 2nd place is probably more ideal. You go up against the 7th seed, which right now is Orlando. So, we'll see what happens, man. But I think that is basically the Eastern Conference. It's kind of, I think it's very straightforward. Basically, all the teams are eliminated. It's just going to be shifting. And like I said, the wild card, possibly the wild card is where it's going to be the most to follow, just to see who gets into that one-off game, who's going to have to play that extra game in the playoffs to go into a first seed. Because winner of the wildcard game between 9th and 8th place, that winner is going to have to play against Philadelphia. Also, I should probably mention Philadelphia are the Supporters Shield winners. They had the best record amongst everybody in the MLS, had the highest point total amongst the MLS this season. Really strong team this year, very solid, pretty good on the attack and really good on the defense. But we said this a lot. Many people have said it plenty of times, man. Just because you win the Supporters Shield does not mean you're going to win the MLS Cup. Prime example, Inter Miami last year. So it is a good testament to show how they were able to perform throughout the season. But the big challenge is them not being complacent and finishing off, getting into that second gear in the playoffs. And, could they be the team that can break that curse of the Supporters Shield? We'll see what happens, man. But it's going to be very interesting going into Decision Day in the Eastern Conference. All right, the Western Conference. This has a little bit more interesting things to follow. But the teams that are very much out is the LA Galaxy, Sporting Kansas City, St. Louis, and the Houston Dynamo. I will kind of say San Jose still has very much a chance. It's a very slim chance, but they still do have a chance to get into the wild card. So I'm not necessarily counting them out. Houston Dynamo, they're out. They're out. There's no chance. And so this is where I would say is where to keep an eye on. So San Jose Earthquakes, who are currently 38 points, they are 3 points behind 8th place FC Dallas. So they are still very much in play. So, and they have Austin FC, which is a big advantageous moment for them, because I would argue that Austin FC is in a position where they are not going to really move too much on the table. Maybe if depending on Portland, but I don't see them losing a guaranteed playoff spot. So they won't be in the wild card. They're going to be up in the playoffs. They're going to be in round one. They're not going to have to play that wild card game. So if you're Austin, do you try to rest your guys and prepare for their playoff match, their round one matchup, whoever that may be? They're 6th right now, so they'll be going against the 3rd place team, which is Los Angeles FC for right now. So that could be very much a possibility that they could ride it out. Maybe if Portland wins a game and they jump over them, they would then play San Diego. So, but once again, they're still in the round one, so they're still very much safe. So they could probably rest their guys, and San Jose, still having something to play for, could get an opportunity to jump over. Now, their max opportunity is 41 points, so they have to win their game against Austin. If they win, they get 41 points, and hopefully maybe some things fall in line for them. It's a lot of variables, so I'm not really taking this like as if it's a really good possibility, but they are still technically in it. All they have to do is win their game against Austin and hope that FC Dallas, Real Salt Lake, and Colorado, specifically Real Salt Lake and Colorado, just don't get a positive don't get a result in their matches. Colorado, they're even with points with Real Salt Lake. They're just by 1 goal differential is what is the difference between them. And they have a very tough matchup because they have to go against LAFC. In my opinion, LAFC is still very much in play to improve. They're kind of similar to Miami, where they can improve to 2nd place if they're able to get a positive result against Colorado. Also, Denny Bouanga is still in play for the Golden Boot, so that could be he didn't get to play in the last match for Los Angeles FC, so this could be a good opportunity for him to get some more goals in and maybe win the Golden Boot. So yeah, Colorado's in a tough spot just because of that part, but Colorado's also really weird, and it wouldn't shock me if they end up winning this matchup just because it's Colorado. Real Salt Lake is madly inconsistent, but they are in a fortunate position where they're going up against St. Louis. St. Louis, I don't know how they're going to state. Are they going to be checked out, or would they like to play spoiler? If they do, it's going to be a very interesting matchup there. Once again, Real Salt Lake has probably the more favorable opponent just because of just where they are right now in the standings. Then you have FC Dallas, who has to go play against Vancouver Whitecaps, who are currently in 1st place. Vancouver may not necessarily be really all into play. They are very much in a safe playoff position. Even if San Diego wins their game against Portland, they still have the advantage over goal differential. So this could be one of those games where Vancouver, puts out the reserves and not necessarily take this, not really going looking to rest their guys versus having to get a result. So FC Dallas could very much get another win and at least get out of the wild card. I think that's what you're hoping for. So when you're looking at the wild card race, I don't see Austin FC dropping off in they're not going to lose enough points to end up dropping out. It's very much between 11th place in San Jose all the way up to 7th place in Portland. So this could drastically change the table. Because if FC Dallas wins a game, they could essentially jump over Portland, and if Portland does lose, that does put them down into the wild card. And then once again, and to be fair, like even FC Dallas, if they slip up, could very much lose their spot to a Real Salt Lake if they're able to take advantage of going up against St. Louis or even Colorado, who can maybe take advantage of a team that's also probably resting in Los Angeles. That's if Los Angeles is going to rest their players. So that is very, very much still in play. That's kind of similar to the Eastern Conference. I think more so the wild card area is where you're going to have the most drama in. Up top, I mean, San Diego has a chance to maybe try to jump over. Not really, because if they get 3 points, I think because of goal differential, they're just not going to get the first place spot in the Western Conference. But if LAFC wins, last thing they need is to go down to third. Now, as of right now, San Diego will be going up against Portland, which is funny because that's who they're playing against in last day in decision day. So maybe if they improve their position, well, if they stay in second, they'll probably get Portland, or maybe because Portland loses, FC Dallas wins. So they definitely want that 7th place matchup. They want to play against a slightly weaker opponent, and we'll see how that all transpires. LAFC very much still has something technically in play, and of course, Danny Boonga still has a chance at winning the Golden Boot. So that's going to be something to look into. And then Minnesota United kind of has something going on. They're in a favorable position as well. They're going against LA Galaxy, who are, I believe they are, no, DC United right now is in the cusp of having the golden spoon, the silver spoon. So the wooden spoon, being the worst team in the MLS this year. But, so Minnesota has a chance to jump over LAFC, potentially San Diego if they don't win their games. So that could really drastically change the upper part. But essentially, these teams are very much safe. They're not going to drop off drastically because, once again, Seattle is over here with 52 points. It's not going to hurt them either. I could see them also resting their guys because, once again, they're staying in 5th place. They're not moving anywhere at this point. So, I mean, in this aspect, second to 4th, 4th to 2nd place, like there could be some changes there just depending on how they do in their results. And I mean, the team that you would probably favor at this time would be Minnesota United, just because they have the LA Galaxy. Obviously, San Diego's got Portland, who has very much still something to play for, and LAFC have to take on Colorado, who also have very much something to play for. So it is still something to keep an eye on as far as the upper part, but it's just about maybe getting a more favorable matchup. But you never know what happens in this league. It's insane with all that being said. But yeah, so that is the leagues right now. So Western Eastern Conference, I think, once again, like I said, there's going to be some interesting storylines to follow in that part when it comes to playoff positioning. Now, Golden Boot. So Golden Boot, we have the guys that are very much in play. And I'm going to say very much in play now because from 5th and 4th, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. No, I'm sorry, Jose. I know you're rooting for Pitar Musa to somehow do it, and I would love to see Joveljic, but that would also imply, because they're playing the Houston Dynamo, so that would imply that Joveljic will score a record-breaking amount of goals to jump over who is currently in 1st place. So I'll still show them on the graphic, at least on the image next to me. But so in 5th place we have Joveljic with 18 goals, Pitar Musa with 18 goals as well. Sam Sturridge currently having 23 goals in his goal count. Is taking on Inter Miami, and he essentially needs a hat trick. Actually, as a matter of a hat trick and a goal. Actually needs 4 goals to jump over Lionel Messi. And Nashville would have to have a shutout performance to Lionel Messi. Like, Lionel Messi cannot score a goal. Now, the interesting thing with that is that Lionel Messi did come in to play Atlanta United, is going back to play for Argentina, to play against to play against Puerto Rico. And so, would Messi play in that final match day? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Like I said, they're in a position where if they really want 2nd place, that's really all that matters. How bad do they want 2nd place? Because if not, then they'll probably just rest their guys. And Sam Sturridge, we'll see what happens if Sam Sturridge could somehow shit out 4 goals. Sorry for cussing Kelsey. Because I believe, I do believe that Messi essentially has all the tiebreakers because the tiebreakers are assists and goals per match. So goals per match average would be kind of which both favor Messi. Then you have Denny Bouanga in second with 24 goals, and I believe Los Angeles has Portland. Oh, they have Colorado. So Denny Bouanga would he has to score a hat trick against Colorado to jump over Messi. Because once again, I believe Messi has all of the tiebreakers right now on his goal record, on his goal tally as well. So, yeah, I believe he has he has plenty of assists, and yeah, so he is very much safe to say right now because you're talking about a player that needs to score 4 goals and another guy that needs to score 3 goals to jump over Lionel Messi, not to tie Messi, to jump over Messi because once again, Messi has all the tiebreakers if they were all tied. So Messi could be walking out with the Golden Boot after decision day. So maybe he wouldn't even have to play to beat. Essentially, I would imagine he would. I think he maybe has like limited minutes. If anything, maybe he comes off the bench. But I do expect Miami to kind of be. I don't expect them to necessarily take this game serious. Not seriously. I expect them to want to rest their guys, especially in the playoffs, especially after what happened last year. Maybe they want to make sure do things differently this time around. They're still going to be a home team, and if so, they will only have to worry about if they have to play against the teams above them, which is the team in second place in Philadelphia. So it's I believe it's FC Cincinnati actually, but we'll see what happens there for the Golden Boot. Now, Player of the Season, MVP, the MVP award. I think it's gonna be Messi. I mean, the guy has 41 goal contributions. Goals. His goals and assists is 41. He has 26 goals right now, and I mean, I'm not gonna do the math for the assist count, but he's definitely once again the best player in the league. Now, I would love to see Anders Dreyer win it. I think first year with San Diego. Himself with his goals and assists are 33. You can also make a good argument for Denny Bouanga, Vander Ferreira, who was a standout with Portland last year, was made an argument for MVP. Goes to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati looks still very strong, and he's definitely been a good reason for that. Even Sam Surridge, man, I think he had a great year for himself, 26 goals and assists, but I think when you look down it, it's just gonna be Messi. Messi could really very much win the Golden Boot and win the MVP award yet again. So you guys don't want to hear that, but that's honestly the truth, man. But yeah, so decision day is gonna be really fun. I highly recommend you guys check out MLS. I know not everybody likes to watch MLS or for some reason thinks MLS is trash, but it does have some really good moments in the game as well. So just check it out. See if you like it or not. But we're going to go ahead and take a break and then go right into games to watch.
I love soccer, Peggy.
All right, guys. No players of the week once again. International break, no players of the week. But we do have games to watch this weekend. Kind of already said it. Decision day. It is happening this weekend. Make sure you guys see what's happening and with the MLS, and maybe there's some stuff to be worth watching, man. In Liga MX, we got Cruz Azul taking on Club America. A really good rivalry in DF, so we'll see how that goes over there in Mexico. And from Brazil, we got Flamengo taking on Palmeiras, two of the top teams right now in Brazil, and a lot of great players come from those two teams. So see if you want to, maybe the future of European football is probably going to be over there, so keep an eye on that one. In Ligue 1, we got PSG versus Strasbourg, and RC Lens taking on Paris FC. Two interesting matches over there in Ligue 1. In the Bundesliga, we got Der Klasser, Bayern Munich taking on Borussia Dortmund, and St. Pauli versus Hoffenheim. In Serie A, we have Roma taking on Inter Milan, and Como versus Juventus. And in La Liga, we got Villarreal taking on Real Betis, and Getafe taking on Real Madrid, which Getafe annoys the fuck out of me. Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. And in the Premier League, we got Manchester City versus Everton, a Jack Grealish revenge game. And the Red Derby, Liverpool, Manchester United. A lot at stake. I think Ruben Amorim, this could, if he doesn't get a positive result, this could be the game. I think so. I don't know how much longer they can tolerate it at this point. But obviously, that's not all the matches happening this weekend. But if you guys want a good beginner's guide, I think we gave you some good matches to keep an eye on. So we'll go ahead and take one last break and then go right into ending the show.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at BellyUpSports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to 234. I want to give a shout out to BellyUpSports. Check out the website, BellyUpSports.com. Lots of great articles and content that is being done over there. Once again, check out the website, BellyUpSports.com. Read some articles. MLB playoffs. We're now to the championship series. The Yankees lose. We got Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. We for the American League and the National League, we got the Brewers and the Dodgers. So we'll see how that looks for the. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I could be lying. Let me see. Yeah, it is Dodgers Brewers. Okay, I thought I was pulling that out of my ass. But yeah. So some good matches there. Obviously NFL is going on. College football is going on. So lots, NHL has kicked off already. There's a lot of NBA talks right now getting into the NBA season, and I'm sure that's kicking off pretty soon as well. So there is so much going on here in the United States. Check out BellyUpSports.com so you can see what's going on. Also, follow them on social media on X and Instagram at BellyUpSports. They're getting very active on social media, man. Make sure you guys go check that out. See what they're sharing, and hey, maybe you get some money off of it, especially with some of their bet recommendations, man. Go ahead and check that out at BellyUpSports.com. Also, GolzTV, GOLZ.TV. That is the website to go. You can find episodes of Insert Name FC over there as well. You can also check out some of their great original programming like Wake Up MLS, which does feature me from time to time. Also, Unleashed with Eric Winalda. So go check it out, man. Follow them on X at goals_TV and on the IG at goals.tv, GOZ.TV. So you can see what's going on, especially if you want to see some original American-made content here on the beautiful game. And of course, if you guys hear the intros and outros, the beats and all that, that is made by none other than Roosevelt Spencer. We love him so much that he is the namesake of the Roosevelt Spencer's Player of the Year award. He does such a great job for us, man. He's so loyal to us. We're committed to, and we're loyal to him too. Now, if you guys need some beat work done, because let's be honest, if you're trying to get into the podcasting game, you're trying to get into being a YouTube creator, that copyright strike just sucks, man. That copyright strike just sucks. And if you guys don't want to deal with that, then I recommend getting your own original beats. And who else better than Roosevelt Spencer? So if you guys need some beats, go hit him up on Instagram at ThatGuyDope. Once again, at ThatGuyDope. He will take great care of you like he always does with us. I promise you that. Go over there on Instagram, once again, at ThatGuyDope. Message him saying, hey, the guys from Insert Name FC send us here, and we want the work. We want the beats, man. We love your beats. So make sure you guys check them out. We love you, Spencer. Hope you're doing great, buddy. With all that being said, man, that is episode 234. Thank you so much for listening. Catch us next week for episode 235. Take care, guys.